My Van and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arahan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, but welcome back to Warhammer 2 as we continue on as the Wood Elves, closing in on Wood Elves' victory. Oh look, we got the updated Forge of Death button. So it broke and then it fixed itself again. Oh, that's disappointing, because we got that just as we're coming to the end of the campaign, because of course we are closing in on the end of the campaign. All we need to do now, just as a brief recap for you all, is heal the Great Oak of Ages. The Oak of Ages at 443 out of 500, and it's earning 7 per turn, which means it is less than 10 turns away from healing. Now, given that there's been a multitude of changes in the Warhammer world of late, and this campaign really is over. My previous plan was to go rampaging through Nagarond and raid and sack and gather as many villages and towns as we can so that we can then link up with our warriors of Talsoon, for if we raise or sack 10 settlements, then we can confederate with Talsoon. But instead, what I'm going to do is just move the sisters back to the Oak. So when their army is full in 3 turns, I'm going to use the Deep Roots to send them to the Oak and await the final battle. In the meantime, our army in the south, which was going to take out Pestilence, will instead simply wait until Lasgallant can be rebirthed, which is about 5-ish turns away. Something like that, a little more than that, 6 turns away. And then we will rebirth that forest, and that should all coincide quite nicely and bring us to the end of the campaign. Now, in the north, we will still go out and start sacking Nagarond's towns, and we might fight the odd battle here, but I don't really need Talsoon in order to win the great final battle. The sisters, now that they've got Kaithan-Har, will be able to do so. And as people have pointed out, and as it did mention, if you are mounted on Kaithan-Har, you can call in Gwyndalor the Eagle to support you, and if you're mounted on Gwyndalor, you can call in Kaithan-Har to support you. So you always get an additional unit. At the very beginning of the campaign, someone suggested that you should mount the sisters on Gwyndalor and call in the dragon. And maybe that is a better way, which we can do right now, in fact, because we've unlocked. We had to wait for them to wait a turn to mount the dragon for us to then be able to swap back to the eagle. So we will swap them back to Gwyndalor. Apparently we can't change it at the moment. No, for some reason we can take the mount. We can't add Gwyndalor back. Oh well, whatever. The Forge of Death looks pretty cool now that they've added a new feature for it, though. New UI, and it gives you all these different options and whatnot. But at the moment we don't have anything that we can do in there. So. Right, let's go over to the south and look here. Now, many of you have said, who are you going to play next, Galu? And of course, many people suggested the Empire or the Dwarves. Now, I don't want to play as the Dwarves because we did play as them once, and unfortunately the Dwarves, in my own personal time, I think the Dwarves would be my best faction. I think I would get along very well with them and how they play. And I think they align with my playstyle really very well. But in terms of a YouTube playlist, for a game, from going from one faction who basically just shoot at everything to another faction who also just shoot at everything, I think that might be a touch dull. So instead, what I might do is cave to public opinion and demand and play as Britain. Because, of course, Rakath, who released, I believe, today, in fact. Yes, he did, because that's what it kept telling me when I loaded up today. I recorded this on the 19th. I don't know when I uploaded it yet. Rakath starts in Albion, which is, of course, the Warhammer equivalent of England. So I've never played as the Dark Elves, and I thought maybe that would be a good idea, actually. It'd be nice to start playing as them for once, instead of constantly berating them for how terrible they are. So I might consider that. But that is for another time. For now, we need to deal with whether or not we should push on this Pestilence force. Remamute. He's got a lot of Hellpit Abominations. In fact, he has 5 Hellpit Abominations. Brood Horror, Wolf Rats, Poison Wind, Warp Fires, Rattling Guns. I think we probably should move on him, because if we let him live, he'll just pester us later on. So let's take him down now.
Destroy them!
Remamute. Here is where you will die. Oh, Banner of Eternal Flame. Constant self-fire damage. Oh, nice. Let's chuck that on one of our archers and see if it helps them. Oh, no, probably the Zoets would be best to take that, actually. When you've placed it, can you not remove it? There we go. Imbues fire damage, plus 8% weapon-based weapon damage. Yeah, let's chuck it on the Zoets. Yeah, nice. Alright, let's save it again now that we've done that, and in we go. Now my plan is to upload this video today as well, so you're going to get it massively out of the time that I would normally do these videos, because I normally post all of my videos at 6 AM my time, GMT. But instead, this one is likely to be posted sometime in the evening this evening. So it's likely that many of you will be watching this probably on or around the time that I'm playing the Wood Elves in Divide and Conquer, as of course that begins tomorrow as well, on Saturday morning. Alright, here we are. Meeting the Skaven in the underground layer. Right. We've got a few Way Watchers. We've got a shed load of Way Watchers. You can get up close and personal and start knocking on some doors, and then you can pull yourselves back. Now the enemy is going to move towards us because of how many units we have that can shoot at them. And they're not going to want that. Alright, so we've got 5 melee, we've got the Glade Guard who can move forward as well, Starfire Shards. We've got our General, can you start out here? Yes you can. And can you start out here? Yes you can. And then we've got the Zoets at the back there. Zoets! I've really enjoyed this Wood Elf playlist, I have to confess. Or this Wood Elf campaign. Get up there and get up there quickly. And the only thing I really don't like is how slow we seem to be as a faction on the battle map. Our army seems to run quite slowly. No, if they're going to move in towards us, don't bother sprinting to claim that hill. That's a fool's errand. Let's just manoeuvre our force. Let's just pull our Way Watchers, back rather than move the rest of the army forward to meet them. We have more forces than that. I'm surprised that it was ever in their favour, let alone... or no, it wasn't in their favour, but I'm surprised that it's got such parity. We're going to smash them. Absolutely smash them. Oh, they called in there. Clan rats. I think I probably will play as Rakath, though, if I'm honest. Now, I'm afraid I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know. I'm not hyped for the guy just because the voice actor is from Game of Thrones, but I understand the voice actor is from Game of Thrones, or has become famous because of that. But I've never played as the Dark Elves. They start somewhere that the Dark Elves aren't, which is my chief reason I don't want to play as the Dark Elves usually, because I've played as Naggareth, and I've now played as the Wood Elves, who both fought up in Not Canada. So I don't really want to start up there. I'd rather start somewhere else, and I think Albion is a nice point because it will bring us into battle with Norsca, and possibly as well down the line maybe Chaos, who are two nations we've not really ever fought in my Warhammer time, because we've been focused very much in the northwest and the south. So I'm quite keen for that, actually. I think there'll be a good point to get those clan rats out of the way. Right. You do not want to run into Hellbeards. In fact, if we just pull our cavalry out for the moment, we'll worry about who's going to shoot what in a second. Oh, I completely forgot about our general. Anyway, this battle is very much over, to be honest. Target something. There you go. That one will do. And you hit that one as well. Pull them out. Defensive lines. Right, Zoets, you could probably go back in and help there. Right, cavalry. One of you's an archer, aren't you? Oh, you're the Sisters of the Thorn. We've never really used you. Oh, yes. The Curse of Arahan. Oh, let's just see what they look like. Sisters of the Thorn. Oh, well, at least they're wearing actual armour. At least this isn't just a male fantasy unit. I don't really... I'm not really down with those, if I'm honest. I always think they just look stupid. Why would you go into battle with most of your skin showing? Whether or not you're a zealous, pious warrior or not. Wearing a little bit of armour is just common sense. They have an interesting... Oh, we've won. We haven't even done anything and we've won. Speed it up, kill what you can. So, the Sisters of the Thorn, how do they actually shoot things? Do they... Oh, they do. They just shoot arrows. Oh, so they are just archers. On top of stag-like things.
Swift of foot.
I want to see what they look like when they fire. Oh no, they're throwing javelins. Ah, they're javelineers. Right. Magical cavalry doesn't really give you a clue of what they do, but they throw javelins. Right. Well, it's good to have met them. We shan't be needing them again, but it was good to see them. They killed 53, actually, bizarrely. 101 kills. The Blade Singers. Fantastic work. I would have thought archers would have taken the top spot. And indeed they did at 104, but 101 with just your swords is a very close second. Well done. Very well done indeed. Close victory. Yeah, let's heal up. Send him on his way. He died. And Ilfrin now has further campaign movement. And Claymore. Now we can't really move out with Itza troubling us behind, is the only problem. Oh, that's only a turn away now. Yeah, let's just move back and then heal that forest up. And we'll let the armies arise when the forest heals, so that we can actually see what armies are going to arise. You can Fleet Finger and Bottomless Quiver, what the hey. And then make your way back. Perfect. So yeah, if you come back to Las Gallen, that will heal up in a couple of turns. And you need 2 more turns, don't you? Yes, you do. And you're losing us money. But Ara is now healed and ready to go. So we can move her out and go and besiege or sack something.
Strike them down.
Let's start with this fool who's standing near
The
us.
trees will sing of our victory.
Off he goes. Well done, Ara.
The mother goddess guides me.
I've re-enabled the mod that turns off the borders because I think it's a really good addition, and I don't know why I turned it off before this campaign had begun. So I've put that one back in because I really like it. It makes the map look more like a map. I quite like that. Although, granted, Medieval 2 does show the borders, whether you want them or not. And indeed, so does Warhammer 2. I've had to install a mod to remove the borders. But I quite like removing the borders, I have to say. I do. I like seeing it more as a map that you maneuver around rather than seeing it up as a game board. Hello, Dirthy. Go on then. You're all going to be needed when the Great Oak heals, which it will do shortly. But we can sack Venomglade. We might be able to sack 10 before we get there. Depends how strong these places are. See, that one's not very good at all. Give it a quick save. Give it an auto. Decisive victory. And then we can raise it to the ground. Our first raise. Oh, I really want to put her on an eagle. She can go on an eagle when she goes up one more level. We should, by now, should have gone down that line as well, actually. I think I might now go down that line. Oh, no, reload time for the army's good. You've got a very archer-heavy army. We all have archer-heavy armies. We're the Wood Elves. They've only got their 1 turn left, and we now lose 1,000 per turn. But we do have 76,000, so we've got a long time before that's going to be an issue. That's only got 2 more turns. Perfect. So come back there. Brilliant. I have really enjoyed the Wood Elves, I have to say. Every time I've recorded, it's never been a chore. It's been a pleasure. And I'm really enjoying just playing Warhammer 2 more. It has generally been a pleasure. Start to finish. The Sentinels of Shati have taken Itzat. So Pestilens are now kicked off back to the southern edges of the forest. This is military lines now, isn't it? They want me in on Coron. No. Luan-Leoncourt has taken Talsoon down. We really do need to get back, and we probably should have just said yes, because we would have got a bit of money for it. Talsoon has been destroyed, so our hope of merging is now aborted. Bugger.
Orders, finding pathways.
There we are, that one's clear. But more importantly, you guys can now go back. Boom, boom, boom. Shaka Khan. We are returned home. Where we find Luan-Leoncourt. Well, we can take the Kingsglaive then, if he's not going to. Oh, bloody Skaven took it! My allies versus Clan Scryer. Clan Scry are at war with Talea and the Warriors of Chaos, and somehow have managed to claim this. That's madness. I'm joined by basically everyone. Look at that. Oh dear.
Attack? Absolutely.
Oh, and look at the pathetic force they muster before us. Hellpit abominations for days. Ikit Claw himself. Well, we'll have to fight this one, won't we? Because it's rather an interesting engagement. We bring to the army Waywatchers, as many Waywatchers as can be found, with Hawk Riders in support, Ariel and the sisters themselves leading this grand armée. To quote Napoleon, the reason we're going to win so easily is because they're all quite knackered and battered and bruised.
We fight for the forest.
But we shall claim this forest and use it as an anchor point to defend the oak from its southern front. The grand final battle, I don't know how hard that one's actually going to be. Based on the quest battles we've fought thus far, and our 2 crushing victories over Malekith, I'm tempted to think that any grand battle at the end of this campaign will be actually fairly simple, and it'll mostly just be enjoyable to play a scripted battle, more so than for any kind of challenge, quote-unquote. So we shall see. Ariel is such a dream. Having her in the army means we always have max magic. She's such a good little hero. Alright, we've got this large forest here. We'd probably be fools not to stand in it. But we also have this hill over here. But if we stand on this, they will come through the forest. But I just hate fighting in forests. Oh, there's a cool ruin here. Oh, I like that. I just like little things like that. I just think it's cool. Got some sort of waystone thing in the floor there. Oh, they're all around. Are we in a great city? Oh, there's the city where the giant trees are. Yeah, I don't know. My gut instinct is pull up here, stand on this nice little hill, maybe stand in these trees, but no, I think we've got to stand in the trees, haven't we? So, Waywatchers, you don't need to start in our line, so step forth. You, and you are going to go in the middle. So, come and stand there. And then one of you is going to go on the left, one of you is going to go on the right. The Hawk Riders can also start out here. So can Ariel on Caithin Har, where she can then call in Gwyndalor. There he is, call to Gwyndalor. Summons Gwyndalor. And then that just leaves Ariel, who can also start out there, but we don't want her to. We don't really need her to. So we'll start her back there where our army's going to go. Let's just slow down. Oh, they're all over there. Oh, interesting. Interesting indeed. So we don't need to... We can use the edge of the forest perfectly. We get melee bonuses and general... Our army is just better if it is in a forest. As you all know, because pretty much everyone that watches me play this game has already played this game. But it can't hurt to mention it again, can it? Right, Hawk Riders. Come and just stand behind for the moment. We've got to be very cautious not to kill our Hawk Riders. Something that we've done, unfortunately, a few times in the past is accidentally kill them off. Right, we go back to normal speed. I think the archers should probably just stand there, actually. Alright, and you fellows, target the whole army. Chuck down some archers to start peppering our enemy. And let's just kill them off one by one. As they emerge from the forests, bring them down. Oh, they're hitting us. Now we're up against Ikit Claw, and he gets the giant nuclear weapon, doesn't he? Oh, and there he is, in fact. If we could just kill him off real quick, that would be super useful. Nice. Right, then Team 1, pull back. Let's go to slow. So, Team 2 in the forest there. Come to the very edge of the forest. Treeman, take a left flank. Right flank, sorry. And just bring the entire archer line back into the trees. Ariel, can you... No, they're nowhere near you. Don't worry. And Hawks. Let's target some things. Just anything will do, really. Stuck in there. Right, Ariel, come over here. Can you hit that? Yes, please do. Your unit that you summoned is mostly just sacrificial. Alright, Hawk Riders, target this. Can we get that thing killed off, please? That one's running. Target the next one. Sisters. Summon Gwendolor. Blast that. Let's pull Ariel out. Gwendolor, go and kill that thing. Shattered army losses. Shattered army losses. Oh no, they're fully routing. That's correct. Routing. Oh, they're all routing. Oh, it doesn't matter about what we kill, because this is then just a simple victory, isn't it? Because we're in a city. Oh, well, Ikitclaw was just... That was just the most anticlimactic battle ever. They killed 19 of us. Top kills, 71, the sisters themselves. Then all the Waywatchers did a fair few. Ikitclaw, he only lost 262, and the 444 then broke and ran because we killed him. And we're going to get the trait now for killing Ikitclaw, because he is a legendary lord. And we take that trait.
They must know disorder.
The King's Glade is recovered. How soon is in our hands, King.
Of the glades.
And we've got shed loads of money. Oh, cool, look at that. Public order +4, melee attack +5 for Wildwood Rangers, melee defense for Wildwood Rangers. Oh, no. That's a fairly useless building for what we've been using our buildings for. Right, given where you are, I think we're going to get a garrison up early doors, and then we'll get the standard military building, and then we'll get the standard archer military building. And we'll go from there. They've increased in skill once again. That would improve our 2 Treekin units, improve our 2 Eternal Guard units. Same with these kinds of things, really. Eternal Guard and Dryads. Glade Riders, Wild Riders, all cavalry. Blazing Wild Rangers, no. Treekin and Treemen. So we could improve our 2 Treekin or Treemen units. But I don't really think we need to be honest. Let's just keep making them stronger now. We'll leave the army where it was. Hit points, armor, physical resistance, melee defense, melee attack, speed and charge bonus. Chuck it in that one. Ariel's one, you just don't really, it doesn't really matter which one we pick. Have we completed that whole line? Just make sure we've done that first. Yep, so just keep filling those out. Perfect. So the King's Glade is ours, and we haven't had to attack Couronne to do so. That's now healing up at 10 per turn, meaning we're only about 4 turns away from success in that regard. So we don't really need to do the healing of the forest there. Oh, I didn't move Ara back. Oh, bugger. That's all right. That's all right. We need to avoid the major capital provinces so that we can just sack them and move on. But then now we don't need to sack them and move on. It serves no purpose. Her army could, in fact, just be disbanded to save on money. We don't need forces up here. Nagarond has been battered and bruised and broken in the south, and our allies, the lizardmen themselves, Heshwatl, are coming up through the Isthmus of Lustria and are hitting Nagrond in their south, so we don't really need to worry about the southern side. Ah, but there we are, the Ritual of Rebirth can begin in Erlinasgavin. We might as well do it, mightn't we? Perform the ritual.
Lord of the Glade.
You can sit in there and get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Now, if we are going to remove most of Ara's force, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, off the Oddie, I'm just going to get rid of you, because I don't think you're as good as an actual archer unit. And the 3 Glade Guards, I'm also just going to disband. And in their place, we are going to train more Waywatchers. Yeah, just take all Waywatchers. What the hell? Is there anything particularly special? Oh, we could get a tree guy in, couldn't we? Do we really want a tree man in there? Is there anything from the major pool we could take? We've got enough cavalry in this army, more than enough cavalry. Although we could get the Great Stag Knights. They look so cool, don't they? Yeah, balls to it. Let's get one of them in. Could we train them down here? No, we can't. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so they're going to wait 3 turns. And in 3 turns is when the armies will come. Oh, it's Sentinels of Shati. Really? Oh, no. That's telling you which region it's held by, because that's in the Itza province, isn't it? Yeah. Right, these are our battles. There, and there. And they're coming in 2 turns. One from Chakwa and one from Schlanquapek. Okay, nice. And Talsoon has repaired. We can go up to tier 2 with that. That's nice.
Naestra,
That army can just sit and wait. Yeah. And what of down here? Do we need to worry about anything down here? No. We've got Carrick Zorn, but... Oh, let's turn that into a gold mine, actually. We might as well. The 2 invasions. The ritual re-begins. The ritual re-begins? The ritual begins in Erun Lascalen. The forest shall be healed and cleansed. The world will be cleansed. When the sisters take arms, the forests march on their order.
Ariel has been watching you for
Balthazar Guild! Yeah, go on.
We speak as one.
Ah, Thorgrim Grudgebearer. Yep, you can have it as well. None of it matters. It seems that much of the middle area, the Mediterranean, if you will, the Middle Earth, which is what Mediterranean means, is mostly order. But north of that is just hordes of undead for days. Louon Leoncoeur is acting at the moment as a bastion against the bulwark of undeath. But he's also foolishly chosen to stand against the Wood Elves. Now, the Wood Elves, of course, I imagine, have no love of basically anyone who is not a Wood Elf. You want me to pay you 5,000 for military access? I'll go on then. Because if it means that you'll go and hit Pestilence, then all the bloody brillianter. Oh, it's a shame. We lost our Schlottel to Montez Salucci. We don't really need that town anymore, so we're not really bothered. Last defenders in Teotihuacan. Schlottel's been raised. Oh, we got the Nethu, Keeper of the Last Door, so our elf units now have better leadership. Winds of Power. Recruit rank is up. Let's finally get that one in, I suppose. Those are the only 2 options left.
How can I
What we could do with Ara's force, I just realised, because the roots of the world are back. So let's just try and scurry her back to Lothlorien. So we'll march her. And then we'll just jump her down to the Oak of Ages as well. Oh no, I really don't want you to go that way. I really didn't want you to go that way. Whoops. Oh well. Oh well, we'll worry about that later. It'll be fine, it'll be fine.
Spit it out then.
Tyrion, what can I do for you? Military alliance, go on then.
Should we kill them, sister?
You want military access? Yeah, sure, fine. I'm paying all these people for military access I'm not that bothered with, but it doesn't matter. Oh, we've encountered Ivres. I really enjoyed playing as Ivres. That was a fun faction. It was a fun faction. Anyone else going to try and get me to pay them just to walk through my lands? I just don't want to have to deal with the nuisances and annoyances, you see. Oh, yeah, you sack my town and then you want a peace treaty, yeah. Children of Eternity. Wild Public Order is down. Recruitment costs do that one. I don't train them anyway. Ah, the invasion begins in the southern sector.
Calm.
But we are now 2 turns away from the Oak's rebirth. Although I'm sure that there will be a grand event that takes place. If I swap you to that one, can you get closer? No. This is far and away your fastest way. It's a bit of a gamble, but it'll do. Okay, down here the armies have spawned, and it's humans. Oh, interesting. Steam tanks, Luminarchs of Hish, Hellblasters, Hellstorm. Oh, that's cool. Demigryph Knights with halberds. Then they've got a lot of great swords. Jovi Outlerman and Voldemar Schreiber.
You need me?
I do need you. But what we're going to do is let them attack us. Let them rise. Let them come for Lascalen. I'm sure they'll come one by one. They tend to. Perfect. So in this episode, we will defend Erun Lascalen and complete its ritual of rebirth. And then that leaves probably just one more episode, which will be the conclusion and the end of the campaign. Ah, Maledicta came from Karakzorn. Good job we didn't waste the money trying to build the gold mine. Yeah, you take Karakzorn, love. You do what you like with it. Your days in not Canada would be numbered were the campaign were I a nation who actually cared about saving places. But as it stands, the woodlands of that region have been secured, and I care not for the follies of the lesser races. Let them strive to kill one another back and forth, trade places in these regions. It is not a concern of mine. Oh, treasure hunters, that's what they're called. Settlement sacked, settlement lost, blah, 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 blah. Aha! The forest thrives. 2,000, 1,000. Forest invasions will begin. Ah, there we go. We have to complete the ritual of rebirth when this gets to the end. Which is now but a turn away. Okay, Ara, you can now go...
The woods await.
You can, if I move you here, there we are. You can join us in the Oak of Ages, at the Oak of Ages. Bing bang bosh, away she goes. Perfect. Right, what we will do is put the sisters in the oak.
Night and day.
And Ara, you take King's Glade.
Garlanded with flowers.
One more turn till that's ready. So, we then come to the fight of our lives. The fight against the treasure hunters.
No mercy.
Oh, and they're not going to win it. Not by a long shot. But they've got some siege. They have got some siege. Let's chuck that on one of them. No, we'll control our army. That's okay. It's quite a cool army, though, isn't it? Yes. Nice. Ilfrun, you're charged with the defense of Erun Lasgallum. A force of humans have come to sack the forest in search of gold and jewels. They bring their abominations with them. Their fusing of metal and man. But, despite their ominous appearance and almost impenetrable nature, we'll show them that with Wood Elf tenacity and a keen eye, you can beat anyone that comes before you. Start the deployment. I am given to understand that artillery requires that the enemy does not attack them back. So let's get right up close and personal and show them what we can do. Right, cavalry, you are all going to come round on this right-hand side and you're going to flank them for days. Take the Zoets with you. I know the Sisters of the Thorn are technically archers, but we'll worry about that later. Right, and then melee forces, you're going to come around on the left. Take Ilfrun with you and start the battle. So melee, let's just charge you in. Ilfrun, get in there. Oh, I didn't group all of you up. Oh dear. One steam tank is down. The second steam tank is about to be targeted. And that one is down. And then one volley goes through onto the Hellblaster volley guns, which almost takes out them. And then the Luminarch of Hish. Goodness gracious, these Way Watchers are ridiculously powerful. Where's our wild stag? Our great stag riders. Did I not move them? Oh, they're those. Those are those. Oh, it's the Zoets. That's what I was trying to move. Wild riders, get in there. We don't really need the backup army. I should have let them be AI controlled. Team 3. Did we take everything down that was giving us grief? Yeah, look at that. Fantastic work. It's great swords charging into you there. Great Stag Knights have done well, and the Sisters of the Thorn. Ah, the Sisters of the Thorn did manage to pull out. Oh, good. We can make them worse, and we can make ourselves better. Zoets against the Demigriffs, which is quite a good matchup, I would have thought, for them. Although the Halberds are good against large. Oh, and it's over already. I can't believe how easily their main line went down. Way Watchers are just ridiculous. That was insane. They took down that steam tank in 2 volleys. That's just not even... 42 elves died. It's just not even a battle. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I probably won't actually command the second battle against Javi Altaman. I don't think it's worth our time, to be honest. That auto-resolve is going to easily get that. I think this is definitely a lesson that whatever campaign comes next, we need to just bump up the melee difficulty. The battle difficulty, sorry.
How can I assist you?
There was more people in the backup auto-resolve than we did in the actual battle. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, you can get on a forest dragon now. Yeah, go on. Bing bangaroony. Nicely done, sirs. 5 turns on that one. But otherwise, all our attention is now focused on the Oak of Ages, which on the very next turn will be able to begin its own ritual. So we don't really need Ara in the King's Glade, because all we need to do is survive the final battle. But I assume the final battle comes at the end of the Ritual of Rebirth, so we need to do the ritual, which will probably be another 10 turns. And there'll be a couple of battles to face off whilst that ritual is undertaken, in the same way that these armies have just risen against Eru and Lascallon. And then once those have been dealt with, and that has all been tied into a nice little bow... Oh, it's Chaos. What are Chaos doing over here? Are they the ones that have been sacking Nagarond? Oh, they are. Oh, dear. I bet Nagarond is all about an alliance now. Oh, there was a third army. Otto Hertvik comes. This time it's slightly more in their favour. I am going to control the large army this time because we get to actually control the whole army. It's 2 armies of almost identical makeup. They're really, really relying on their siege, aren't they? But we'll be able to punch through that. So we shall fight this battle, win this battle. Oh, it's that horrible battle map we had last time as well. Where's the really good woodland battle map that we are used to? Oh, that's rubbish. That's absolute rubbish. Oh, dear. Right, we definitely want to fight in trees this time. Oh, no, look, we've got this little thing over here. And they're attacking us, so they've got to come for us. But then they will send their siege on us. Right, let's take anything that's a defensive line unit. Take people on their feet first. Let's try and set up around the sort of base of this cliff face. And you 3 can take that left-hand side. Right, tree folk. Stay in the trees over there. Way Watchers. You form a team. And you might as well just do what you did last time and stand right on top of them and just raise ungodly hell upon their army. But then, no, their cavalry is going to catch up with us, isn't it? It's just the siege. It's just the siege that's an issue. How are we going to stop the siege from absolutely shredding us? Oh, our own cavalry, of course. Yes, so no, let's just position and wait. Let them come. Let them come at us. Our army will stand there nice and ready. Got the 3 Deepwood Scouts. You can take the hill. It's not actually a very useful hill, to be honest. I shouldn't really put you on it, but we'll stand you up there anyway. And then Wildwood Rangers, if you stand over here to make sure that other army doesn't get ideas, and if not, we'll curl you round. You can flank in. We've got the 2 Blade Singers who can help on that right-hand side. And then we've got her. You can stand there. We've got him. You can stand there. And we've got our own general who now rides a dragon, so we can use him to our advantage in the line as well. So we'll play a touch defensively. Surprise, surprise. Let's put them in a group. And then we've got our cavalry. Now the Zoets aren't really charge cavalry, are they? So let's leave them over here to assist in that regard. Interesting, you can have a unit in its own group. And our own cavalry, because all of you can actually start wherever you like. Start over here. And I am going to just get you to curl around and deal with their artillery. So pull yourselves up there for now. And then that's brilliant. Let them come at our line. Oh, and our 2 treemen, yeah, we're going to charge them into the enemy when they don't expect it. So, it really is, the siege is genuinely the only thing we were really worried about here. Because obviously their siege outranges our archers by a considerable degree, and if we allow them to, they will just heap all their ranged fire on our archers and decimate them. Let's move you there. Move you there. And move you there. I don't think they're going to flank that much.
Swift of foot.
There's our lizard centaurs. Alright, you're hidden nicely in the trees, so the enemy has given up chasing you. And we just want those demigryphs and whatnot to all move forward. Get them to move past the line. There's the Luminarch of Hish. There's their general. Oh, steam tank's firing, and the Luminarch's firing. How good are you against us? No. Not very. Give you poor marks there. Right, and over here, have they left all of their siege? Yes, they have. Perfect. So we'll start with that siege. So pull out. Your re-immersion into the battlefield will almost certainly draw their attention. So be prepared for that. Oh yeah, we need to take out that artillery. It's blasting away. Oh, they found our... Not actually a really good matchup for you. Although those are Demigryph Knights, the halberds are coming in.
Riders, attack!
Sisters of Thorn, just going to get close. You guys hit that Hailstorm rocket battery. And you, please come and hit that Hellblaster volley gun. Sisters come and target those great swords. Oh, crime and netties. Oh, but the great stags have arrived. Nice, well done, well done, well done. Wild Riders, though, have charged headlong into great swords. But that's at least nullified that seems. They are so intent on shutting down our cavalry that they've pulled almost their entire army back to deal with 4 units. But it's going to have good effects, isn't it? They're going to put us down. Oh, the Luminarch has moved too far forward. Luminarch. That one's been killed off on its own accord. Right, Wildwood, you're not going to actually be needed over there, so come here. And similarly, Deepwood Scouts, that sends you guys all forward. Because the cavalry is getting massacred. Target that Hellstorm rocket battery. Hellblaster body gun. No, you go over there. You go there. Go and stop them. Go and stop them. Oh, the sisters have been absolutely decimated. Oh, bugger, so have the great stags. There we are, that's another siege taken out. We've lost all of our cavalry in order to do it, but it is done. And their siege is just showing off its range there. We do have another advantage against siege. Ilfrin himself. Ilfrin, though, don't go over there actually. Come over here, and then come up here, and then we'll target whichever siege we need. Anything that gets close to us, though, just gets completely gutted. I think what we should actually do is pull our line forward. Defending is just going to get us killed off by that siege, so let's just charge everyone forward. Almost, in fact, every archer that we have shoots while they move, so there's no threat there. You guys can all just stay at the back here, that's alright. Did our tree guys get killed off in the end? Oh no, they're fighting on. Charge the Zoets in, then go on. Treeman, why don't you walk over to there as well? Just walk towards them, just get right up on top of them. Just go and knock on the door, chaps. In we go, in we go, in we go, in we go. Deepwood Archers with Swiftfire Shards. We'll make short work. Oh, but so will they. That Luminarch is going to go down. And it just absolutely melts. Perfect. We've lured them into a full sense of security. Made them think that we are just going to sit back and take their blasts. No. No, we're not. The Elven army moves forward. And the enemy dissipates before us. Charge into those. Team 1, spear line. Just hold the line. The Deepwoods will do what needs to be done. Right, there, he's ready. Go and blast on that. Nice. And then follow up with an attack on that. And just shut that one down for me if you would. Oh, we need to get a little closer than we are. Oh dear. Oh, the Treekin are fighting there. Nice. Yeah, get involved, lads. Get involved, chippy chappies. Right, team 1, keep moving forwards. Keep moving forwards. If we stand still here, we'll die. The enemy siege is absolutely devastating.
To the fray!
We need to pick them off and get them killed off. Hellblaster volley gun over there. Hellblaster volley gun over there. Team 4. Hellblaster volley gun right in front of you. Give it a full volley. See, look at that. Single volley from our archers, and each of these siege equipment, each of these siege pieces just gets completely cut down. How did Ilfrin do? Ilfrin, move on to the next target. Charge up, hit the steam tank. Team 4, again, keep moving forward. Keep the line moving forward. Shoot while you run, shoot while you run. Nice, they've taken down that Hellblaster. Yeah, this one's in our favour now. Oh yeah, it's just taken a huge jump, and they're all running away. Any second now, they're all going to break fully. Let's just end that steam tank, see if that changes everything in the favour. Oh, and it goes down quick, doesn't it? It does not last very long, and with that, victory. Yes. So, the things that we learned there. The artillery pieces are excellent at dealing with cavalry that is running straight at them. So, try not to do that. And as the Wood Elves, just keep moving your archers up to them. Just try and don't let the enemy come to you. You come to them. Even though you're an archer army, it's in your best interest if they've got siege to move on them. Because then you can bring down their infantry units as each one of them comes at you one by one by one by one. And then your archers, your army moving forward will distract their melee line, which would have allowed... If I had moved my army forward when I'd sent the cavalry in, then I think we would have been able to distract them with our main army while the cavalry then picked off the siege. As we saw with Ilfrin, when we sent Ilfrin round the back, they didn't send everything back to deal with him because they were then too busy and preoccupied with our full force which had come forward. And that's understandable. I mean, in any event, a win is a win here, so it doesn't really matter how many people have died. How many of our forces have died. Oh, you can't do the ritual until the other one's completed. Oh, that's annoying. Let's get that hollow up. Can you give me one of these? Yes, you can. Grapevines or that one? Let's go with the Craftsman Guild. To be honest, I'll take both if we can. Yes, we can. Upgrade these. It costs 19,000 to upgrade the Oak of Ages. Oh no, it costs 4,750. Oh dear. Well, we'll be able to do that. That's no trouble. Aaron Lascallon only has 4 turns left. The army has survived, but the sisters died, and so did the Treemen. No, the Treemen came from the reinforcing army, didn't they? The sisters died, and so did the Great Stag Knights, but we won't replace those with more Stag Knights. We'll take another unit of them, and we'll take another Zoet.
How can I assist you?
And there we shall remain.
Reshaper of forests.
Why have I don't really need to move you in there. You can just go over there.
Moving.
I've moved there, but then
When
nothing
do we
has happened.
fight?
Only when necessary.
Does it
The
have to be them?
Sisters of Twilight.
No, it just doesn't seem to do anything. Oh well, head back to the Oak. You might as well go for the Glade.
The Mother Goddess guides me.
Alright, we will just get to the point where we've at least started the ritual with the tree. Your ally declares war. Defender the Hunt Marshal's expedition. Oh, well, we'll have to enter the war on their side then. Heshwattle are key to our lands in the northern, in and around Lothorian. And it's interesting to see that Naggarond really are getting stomped by chaos. So their main base of operations now is, by the looks of it, still sort of centered around eastern Not Canada, but also they've got parts of Ulthuan, and they, of course, have all of the lands in the southeast that they got from Hagreef. Oh yeah, I'll take 3,000 for military. Oh wow, the dwarves are doing well. Very powerful. Lots of provinces held by the dwarves. Dwarfs with an F. Shame about Heshwattle and the Hunt Marshals, though, but it's okay. We're already completing our... Oh, they came again. No, you're not going to win that, are you? Alright, there we are. They're dead. Erin Lasgallen is saved. Faction destroyed, killed, and we've just spotted someone, haven't we? Lord Skrulk of Pestilence himself. Oh, he's down there. Oh, I'm not bothered about that. Oh, yes, the Sentinels took Ashlotl. That's good. Ilfrand's army fully healed. It's such a shame that they wasted the stag and the steed on him. That's not useful at all. Oh, you could course to master, actually. That will help us. See us earn some money.
These are dark times.
3 more turns. Let's get you back into the Oak of Ages.
Defenders of the glades.
Here we are. King's Glade. What's that? Oh, you can upgrade them. Yeah, might as well. 9 turns it takes to upgrade the trees, 1 at a time. Oh, I didn't go and look around Naggarond. I was going to go and look around Naggarond. Sorry. I am just going to end the turn. If we come across a battle, I will save it and end the episode. But I'm just hoping to just click through these last few turns so that we can get to the Ritual of Rebirth. So please do feel free to skip ahead to when we actually get to the point the ritual is. I haven't written in the comments in the video description when that is, because I don't know when that is. And of course, I could have cut this little section out of the video, but that's about an extra 3 hours worth of editing work. When you add in the amount of time it'll then take to render the video and all that kind of stuff, just for the sake of what will probably be 2 minutes of a video. So please do just feel free to skip ahead. It'll be near the end. Chaos really are doing a lot of damage to us up there. Oh, and Naggarond are down here. What are you doing? Do you want peace? I refuse. Fool. Why has Naggarond got 2 armies? Malice Darkblade and Crone Hellebron are both coming in for the Kingsglade. Well, if Ara can hold them at Kingsglade, she is, let's be honest, she can die and it won't matter. The sister army will then be able to mop up anything that arises out of that. Oh, but speaking of, she probably shouldn't take the Firebark Elders. We should put them in the sister's army.
So bored.
Can you make it? Yeah, you can. I don't really want to risk it.
Nature's own shortcut.
I want to swap that one and swap that one. And that's about it, really. Oh, and I'll take your gold one over our not gold one. Yeah. I think that'll do. Ah, but then we can't move the sisters now.
I have better things.
Oh, well, that's alright, because if the Dark Elves attack us now, we
Naestra, Arahan.
we have 2 armies there, but one is in the underground stance. So that might have just cost us. But I doubt it. Erin Lasgallen, 2 turns. Right, let's just quickly have a look at what Naggarond have lost. Up here. Oh, blimey, they've lost basically everything, including Naggarond. Ah, I did wonder why the colour was all disappearing. Chaos are storming through Naggarond, and Naggarond are going to die, which means we're probably going to lose Lothlorien, to be honest. Don't worry about that. Another time. The oak can't go down, so... And we've only got 2 turns until we can start the ritual. So what are you going to do, Naggarond? Oh, Croc you've taken me away from where I want to be. What's their plan? Oh, they did attack. Oh, they attacked, but look at that. That is monstrous. I'm going to auto-resolve, I'm afraid. They lost basically everything, and we lost basically nothing.
Accept this fate.
Oh, dear.
My song
Oh dear,
louder.
Malice and Crone Hellebron both just tossing their lives away in absolute disastrous circumstances, and that's got nothing to do with my turning the battle difficulty down, because we auto-resolved it. And the auto-resolve, I don't think, is affected by the battle difficulty, because it applies the changes to the units once you're in battle, if memory serves. It's not like a sweeping change to units from the start. Though I could be wrong about that, actually. I think
talk to them, Naestra?
Certainly in Medieval 2, the morale advantage that is given to the AI is only applied on a per battle basis, so auto-resolve has no effect. Auto-resolve takes the raw stats, it doesn't have the difficulty. Couronne and Baston. Bohemond, the Devoted. You get 30 armor-piercing weapon damage for defeating Malice, and you get 20 armor-piercing weapon damage and 5 melee attack for defeating Hellborn. Those are a bit of... we couldn't think of what to do, so let's just chuck in some basic rewards.
Find me in the war room.
They've upgraded it again, and Swift and Lethal, Rigid Temper. You've got all Quartermaster, haven't you? Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Why don't you take some armor? And well done, Ada, as well, getting involved. Oh, and she's now on a Great Eagle. Yes. Nice. We are but one turn away now. Without Nagaron's interference, we should be able to begin the ritual of rebirth the very next turn. And then what we could also do is ship him back to the Oak as well, just in case the battle there really is all-encompassing and way beyond our control and power and might. So we can ship Ilfrin north to the forest and defend there, particularly if... Oh, the Order of Lawmasters has just been destroyed. That was a waste of an alliance on our part, wasn't it? Yeah, go on then. The Order tide is gathering together in the face of the growing threat of chaos, which has wiped out much of the northern lands. And creeps closer and closer to Lothlorien as well. Yeah, go on. Sentinels seem to have replaced the Eatser as the growing power in the Southlands. So we shall take them on our side. And Erunlas Galan is cleansed. The forest is born anew. We're being raided in Shlan-Quapek. You have successfully completed the ritual of rebirth, healing the world roots beneath the sacred pools and granting the forest its glory and sentience once more. Should the colonists of the Empire, any other enemies of Lustrous Forest enter here, they shall risk the wrath of the Azrai. The powerful spirits now return to dwell amongst glades, boughs, and branches. 5,000 gold, abundant growth, deep was cleared, and +1 amber. Yes. Which means, Ilfrin, you can join the rest of our armies at the Oak of Ages, where, in Edri Eternos, can now perform the ritual of rebirth. The ritual begins. Ah, and it only takes 8 turns. Ah, nice.
Forest Speaker.
It's good to see. That is good to see. So these are the armies that are rising up to meet us. Well, we've got the armies ready. But for now, that is going to end. Oh, there it is. No, that's one of them. And there seems to be another over there. The ones that are farther afield. Ah, yes, so they're going to bring really big armies in, aren't they? Well, we'll take them. Ilfrin also now rides a dragon. Ari, you're the only one who doesn't. Get involved, love. Oh, Ariel improved. Berry wine, I suppose. I've never needed to use it, but you might as well. Alright, that is going to conclude this episode. And as I say, the very next episode then will be the last one for the Sisters of Twilight, the Wood Elves. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to what the last battle is going to bring. And thereafter, I probably will play as Rakath to broaden my horizons and play as the Dark Elves and see what they are like. We're going through the Elves at a pace, really, aren't we? The Empire, of course, remains mostly my favourite faction, along with the Dwarves. But... I've really enjoyed the Wood Elves, and I thoroughly enjoyed Tor Ivres. So let's see, or Ivres, sorry, Tor Ivres is the location. Let's see what Rakath will have an offer when that one comes. But for now, and until we speak again, dear friends, Nevair Neden Perimad Melonin, and farewell.